Touchdown, Randolph!
Nice drive. Really well done.
On 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
There's nothing like the SEC. The weekend's full of surprise.
Hit him with the flex.
From Williams Park to Death Valley. On the Five Mom Show, Paul's on the roll. If he don't get the best of me, Paul.
Hello and welcome into an Adam Thielen Thursday. You knew I had to whip out the names, guys. Here in no man's land, welcome to the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. I'm your host, Captain Cool. Boom. We had a little shake-up right before the show started, but it's going to be fine.
Someone losing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, seems like a wacky Wednesday here, I'm going to be honest, but make sure you guys find us online at theblitzsportsradio.com, on Facebook at The Blitz Sports Radio, and on Twitter at TheBlitz_Sports. And make sure you guys are following us on Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV for more than just sports talk, because you get to see me and Bandy's beautiful faces behind this desk, and we're just having a wonderful time talking about sports, talking about everything, really. Bandy talking about gaming a lot of the times, but I mean, that's still, hey, esports are a thing, guys. They're a big deal, okay? If you want to join in on any of the conversations today, call us at 256-576-4977. And this first hour is presented by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. For all your restoration roofing needs, go to Fleming, because they show up, they get the jobs done. And with this really cold winter coming up, all right, I walked out of my house this morning and I felt the brisk air, and I was like, man, it almost like skipped fall and went straight to winter because it was freezing out. But it's whatever. But make sure you guys call Fleming and Roofing and Restoration, because they'll make sure your house is very, very nice, and your roof is going to be intact for this winter. You're live, hanging with the chillest crew in sports radio. To my left, the one, the only, Bandiman, Bailey Lowry.
Oh.
That's right. That's one thing we can consistently get right. The boys falling down the pits.
Oh, they were eager to hop into the pit today. What is going on, Captain Cool?
Just hanging out, talking sports with you guys. I was playing a little bit of Retro Bowl football on the phone. I just got that app, and let me tell you, if I'm not doing anything else, that's probably what I'm doing. I love me a good football game where I can just constantly play franchise mode, and yeah, that's exactly what I've been doing. What about you, Bandy?
You know what? I've been looking forward to it. I'm about to get I'm just getting prepared.
Yeah.
Because I don't know at what time scoring drops tomorrow. I'm hoping it's at midnight, so I can get a little taste of it.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited to play.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a good weekend, not only for gaming but also for college football as well.
Oh, for sure. And scoring's been one of the hot topics we've been talking about for a while. It's kind of been on my radar for a while, but it has been one of those games that I don't know if I'm going to play. But I'll definitely watch you play it, because you said something about streaming it. Are you going to stream it on your own personal, or are you going to stream it on WZZN TV?
I mean, if they give me the stream key, I wouldn't mind streaming it to WZZN TV at all. But
yeah.
Otherwise, I'm planning to stream it on my own personal one.
Yeah, either way.
At twitch.tv/golfking.
There you go. Quick little plug. I mean, I'm going to definitely be tuning in for that, because I got to see how the game runs. And, you know what? It's always enjoyable to watch other people play games that you're not fully set on getting, and you don't want to. I know it doesn't cost any money for us because we're Game Pass exclusive boys. You know, we get the money. We don't have to pay the money for it, unlike PlayStation people. But I'm still like, you know, I don't know if I want to, you know, waste the download space for it. So I might just watch you play it for a little bit. If I'm intrigued, I'll get it. If I just want to watch you play through the whole thing, because I might just want to watch it for the story, which there's no dialogue in it either.
Yeah, that's a crazy part.
Yeah, I want to know how that's going to work. I don't know. I mean, like Legend of Zelda, I mean, Link doesn't talk, but everybody else does. But in this game, there's literally just no dialogue at all.
Yeah, I mean, I've played a couple games like that before where there's either very little or no dialogue. I think one game that kind of comes to mind was an old PlayStation 2 game, Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't remember that game. I know it had some dialogue. I don't remember it having very much.
Yeah.
But still, just a very story-driven game and story-heavy game. My goodness, that story will hit you right in the heart.
Yeah, I always was intrigued with that game as well because of just like the big boss battles that you get into, and just the open world was very beautiful. And then didn't they do a remake of that game recently?
They did, I think, for the PlayStation 4.
Wow. Oh, well, I guess it wasn't too recently, but I feel like these last few years have just kind of all just jumbled together. Since 2020, it's all just kind of been one big old year, like since the 20s have started. That's just kind of what we're doing. We're dealing with that. But yeah, we got a heck of a show today. Smokey is actually out for personal reasons. We got the Chad behind the booth keeping us on the airways, doing all his stuff. I don't know how much of talking he will do today, but he will definitely be with us. He's mainly just here to produce the show and just cover because he comes in clutch when he's got it, and we very much appreciate it. Hey Chad, how you doing?
I appreciate it. You guys don't hear a hum or anything, do you?
I don't hear a hum.
I'm gonna have to listen to the stream when we're live when you guys are talking because this board is. I know this board has been giving you guys problems, but I'm trying to like fix it myself. But I'm also trying to figure out like why it's doing what it's doing because I can hear you guys just fine, and I hear no hum when I have it a certain way, and I don't have to mute anything. I don't have to do anything like that. But then when I go back into this solo option and making it sound like it's like a single, speaker or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever it is. When you click on the button, it just starts humming, and then it's like really loud. But then it's like you can barely hear it on the main feed. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out this board and make sure that it sounds good out there for all of you. If you want to call in 256-576-4977, you can tell me if we're having an issue or anything right now, because that's all I'm hearing right now. So.
All right.
I'm just trying not to, I'm just trying to fix it.
Yeah, no, you definitely can deal with that. We won't ask any more of you for right now because you're doing enough for us. Just hopping on. That is a foreign board, okay? So it is a little bit newer, but it's also very old. I don't exactly know. We've switched it out multiple times for the Blitz station. It is very complicated, but I think we'll get everything all figured.
I can't say I wouldn't. If I don't know how Smokey Mike does it, because I couldn't sit here and talk to you guys with that humming the entire time. And then when I turn it off, it's like I can hear you guys just fine. Don't have to turn up the the volume on the headset or nothing. And it's just like, I don't know if it's his headset or if it's because of that setting or whatever, but I think he needs to leave it off from now on, because that would make me go absolutely insane.
So last question I have for you: is it only whenever you're talking back with us?
No, we're talking back to you right now. It's whenever I'm gonna mute myself, because what it does is it's like there's a button on here that it makes you guys louder.
Okay.
But it also, like, if you push it in, it makes you guys lower.
Yeah.
And so like I'm trying to figure out basically what that button does. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because it just seems like it shouldn't be down, or it shouldn't be even off.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I couldn't sit here, even though it's louder for the headset, I couldn't sit here and do my job the entire time with it buzzing like that the entire time, because that would make me think that that's going on in the world. You know what I mean? So it could be pretty frustrating.
Well, like we said, it is a foreign board. Still figuring out all works with it, but it's the Blitz. It's all that brand new type of media going over the airways for you guys. So either way, we'll get him to fix that. We appreciate it again. And me and Bandy will just talk about whatever we need to, especially the top sports talk that we got to talk about for today. First off, you guys can find me on Twitter. I'm at CPTCool420. It is my birthday. Bandy, tell them where they can find you.
They can find me at the Twitter sphere at BLowry2016.
Oh, yeah. And we pretty much just post sports stuff, gaming stuff, and whatever else is under the wind, I guess. I have no idea.
Pretty much what you're going to get from me, at least this week, is Alabama Hay Week stuff, thanks to Smokey. That's all I've been seeing on my timeline.
I know. There's one good thing about this, and that's we get to talk more Alabama. We're just like, we don't have to worry about anybody hopping in telling us, hey, yo, Tennessee's going to win. Quote. That is quoted. They're not. Alabama's going to win, okay? Whether Jalen Milroe starts or not, okay, maybe. The question, though, is if he does, what is Alabama going to do to combat that defense? Because, I mean, they're going to pressure him, okay? Alabama's got a great line, but, with a young quarterback at the helm, he might be a little bit pressured into throwing a little bit of icky balls, and they might get intercepted, and we'll just have to figure that out. Hopefully Bryce Young can hop in there, though, and show him how it's done, because it's just, I want this game to be as peak amazing as it can be. So, obviously, I'd want Bryce Young in, but today is Thursday. A thirsty Thursday, Adam Thielen Thursday, thrifty Thursday, whatever you want to freaking call it, guys. I'm in charge of what the name is because I'm the first one to type it up in the script. I'm the first one to talk about it. Today's October 13th. Yeah, it is still October. Yeah, it's the 13th. 2022, and here's what you need to know in the Blitz today. The Braves and the Padres tied up both series at 1 apiece against the Phillies and the Dodgers. That's the Braves going against the Phillies, the Padres going against the Dodgers. It's good to see a little bit of competition going on over there in the postseason. Tonight, we'll get to see if the Mariners can do the same against their opponent, and then the Yankees and the Guardians have been pushed back to tomorrow because of weather. So you guys will get a lot more baseball tomorrow, and it's going to be a lot of exciting baseball as well. And then speaking of the Dodgers and the Padres game, we also had a streaker last night in the form of a goose.
Form of a goose.
Yeah, there's a big old goose on the field. It was quite wacky to say the least. We talk about streakers every once in a while. The one about the pig people, I don't know what they were doing. They had a smoke bomb, it was a pink smoke bomb, and now we got a goose. It's just a big old goose. Huh? Yeah? I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the chat. We cannot hear you.
Yeah, I could hear you barely, but it wasn't over the mic. Like it wasn't over the. Now I can definitely hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
continue about that.
So I was just saying, these are like if you didn't know what the group was, the guy with the pink stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
He was basically some animal rights group or whatever that goes around and they like save animals that are being like experimented on and like tested and stuff.
Okay.
So like some of them were kind of like some people were kind of like but if you go look at the website, I mean, there's one where they go save like a ton of like beagles that are being like experimented on and all this other stuff. And so like
it's not just pigs.
Yeah, it wasn't like some weird group that like goes out and chains themselves to like the slaughterhouses or whatever. It was like literally a group that goes and saves animals that are being experimented on. And I get it. I know that there's a lot of stuff out there that we experiment animals on, and we've done stuff with the NASA program plenty of times.
Monkeys
to do that
in
as well.
space.
Yeah, dogs. I mean, there's been plenty of stuff like that. But when you look at it and you see that they're trying to like save them from this kind of thing, I kind of give them a little bit of a credit to do that. But you don't
have to do it the way they're doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what is?
He had the website on his shirt, and it made people probably go to that website.
Yeah, you are right.
So he did his job at the end of the day.
And this has happened multiple times with people. Like the reason they go out onto the fields and streak and all that stuff is to promote a certain organization. Like if you guys remember, a few years ago at there was a soccer game which I guess an adult actress might have ran out onto the field, and she was wearing just a very skimpy outfit that had the website from. It's just some adult website that she had on her, and it was quite awkward to watch. But now we get these guys, and I get there's going to be some radical people who want to run out in the stadiums and be crazy with smoke bombs and stuff. It's dangerous. We'd be talking about goose right now. We were talking about geese. All right, a goose on the field, and thankfully the goose didn't lay an egg, so they got it off the field. After bagging it, throwing it in a trash can, and then taking it off. That's whenever a somebody for animal rights might want to run out of the field. But the way they dealt with it, they just threw it in the trash can and then probably took it somewhere off the premises. So I mean we get a nice little goose on the field. I mean what's next though? This is a full-sized goose, gigantic bird animal thingy. What's next? An eagle?
I will say, at least in baseball, like the worst they're getting is like a goose or an eagle or something. No, have you seen some of these golf animal encounters that'll happen on the courses?
Anything could really happen on the courses, especially if it's in Florida.
Yeah, no, in Florida, multiple counts of just alligators and crocodiles. I don't know what's down there. I don't know the difference between the two, and I can't. You couldn't pay me to tell you the difference between the two.
I've learned it a few times because there's like 3 different types of these alligators type animals. We don't talk about animals. We talk about sports. But there's gators. It's gators. Okay.
Gators. Okay.
Because Florida gators,
Yeah, Florida gators.
But crocodiles have some small difference, like their nose has a little bump on the end or something like that. I've learned a little bit about that before, but it just goes past my mind because it's something that I don't really need to keep inside of this vault. But moving on from the goose, I just think of the Lonely Island, boiled goose. You remember that? You remember that, Chad?
I remember that. I mean, at least it wasn't like a bird flying across and like some Randy Johnson destroying it or At least it's not like a squirrel or a cat or like,
Yeah.
what was it? A raccoon got out on the field
Yeah.
during one of the college games last year, the
Yeah.
Mississippi State game,
Yeah.
I think it was, or
Still
something
though,
like that. and
whenever you see a huge bird,
dude gets bit in the hand multiple
Oh,
times and get a
jeez.
rabies shot.
sheesh.
That's what I want to see.
I mean, we have had a lot of little cats running on the NFL stadiums. Remember that
Yeah.
black cat in the
Oh
Giants
yeah, the
football
Kevin
game a few
Harlan
years ago?
call. Yeah,
That was great.
I think maybe because the goose was like nesting, and it kind of looked like it was. I don't know if it necessarily was hurt or if it was like nesting or
Something
something.
was up
I
with
wonder
it.
if like animal people were like, "Hey, yo, don't go out there. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. See what happens."
Leave
You know
it
what I mean?
alone.
And then we'll assess the situation. And I don't know. I didn't watch the rest of the game, so I don't know what
Yeah.
happened to the. I see it, but I didn't watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, with the crew that's dealing with the game, they need to make sure their field's going to be, fine to play on.
Must
and-
be nice and fertilizer. It must have some kind of feed on it or something.
No.
Like it had, trigreen something on it. And the guy likes to eat the little seed out of it or something.
Yeah, I mean, the goose looked like something was up. But I mean, they take care of it. Hopefully, the goose is fine. It made my night. Moving on, though, the Bears and the Commanders go at it tonight on Amazon Prime, looking like it's going to be another crappy game. But let's be honest, okay? Going into the season, both of these teams weren't looking like anything too special, okay? And that's the opposite of the matchup that we get to see, the train wreck of a matchup that we get to see last week against the Broncos and the Colts that we have not stopped talking about because it's literally the thing that pops up in my mind when I think of bad football. I think of this game. But they were supposed to be good teams, okay? Matt Ryan on the Colts, okay? Dangerous Russell Wilson, Broncos. It was supposed to be different kind of rhetoric going in to those teams. But with the Commanders and the Bears, we kind of knew what they were going to give us before the game came. So now we got teams going up against each other. Kind of fun, I guess, whether you care about the teams or not. But it's just average football on prime time. So enjoy that, literally prime time, because Amazon Prime. I'm predicting 24-17 the Bears.
Okay.
So it's just squeaking past that over/under on the game that's set at 38 points. It'll be nice. I mean, I'll give it a watch for a few minutes, maybe a quarter or two, but definitely I don't know. Prime just kind of lost me on that last game. And then speaking of the Commanders, owner Dan Snyder says the NFL is a mafia, and that they can't F with me. That's in quotes, in a private. But nothing's really private in 2022, guys. So maybe don't mess with the organization that owns your team with you. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not all involved on this Dan Snyder stuff. I know that he's involved with a lot of shady stuff. But I'll let you guys talk more about that a little bit later. And then the Eagles and the Cowboys rivalry. Yeah, where did that come from? Well, I brought in an Eagle earlier in this little segment. Eagles and Cowboys rivalry is one of the most intense in the NFL. And to add to the hate week, former Eagles Jason Peters, who currently plays left tackle for the Cowboys, said via ESPN, quote, "I just know," this is a funny quote, by the way, almost as funny as what Dan Snyder said, but, quote, "I just know the Eagles fans are effing idiots," end quote.
Oh my gosh.
So that might be throwing a little bit of, something to add to the fire. And, that's one way to make the matchup a little bit more heated. And then he went on to say, quote, "But they know that." Okay. He then goes on to comment about how the fan base will curse players, throw crap, and overall kind of be wild. Okay. So I don't know if the Eagles fans want to take that as a compliment because they're the wildest fan base, or if they want to take that as offensive because, they're all effing idiots. Quote, Jason Peters. That's not me. I think the Eagles fans are great. I think they're great. Bills fans are great too. Cowboys fans, great. All of them. I love them all, even if there's some idiots in there. But, it just happens. And then moving on, Bandiman will be talking a little bit about the new champion being dropped in League of Legends. Valorant's also revealing new abilities for a new agent in that game. And then Guilty Gear Strive crossplay beta goes live. And also, Scorn is a beautiful new game.
Scorn.
That's dropping later tonight or tomorrow. It's some either midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning our time. I don't know. It's just whatever it comes out. You guys will all have to enjoy that on Game Pass if you have Game Pass. I know me, Bandy, and probably Chad and Smokey will probably. Yeah, we're all going to be playing it. I got the wave from Chad, so we're all definitely going to be playing it. And then later on in the show, in the cool segment, we'll be talking about a new helmet for this college football weekend, which is going to be pretty sick. as well as I get a little bit of play-by-play time because I'll be talking in the cool segment about Need for Speed Unbound and what they're doing to make this game even better than the one before, which wasn't that good, but you know what? You can only go up. So it's going to be grand. And then also a new application that'll let you listen to your music on Xbox, which is going to be grand. But Bandy, tell me a little bit more about what you're going to be talking about on the ePlay-by-Play.
Well, a little bit. I mean, League of Legends, all they did was drop a new trailer for their newest champion coming to the game. And it looks, I'm not going to lie, the comment section was kind of filled with, man, I'm sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought for a second.
Those,
the
earphone, the worms, they get in your ears sometimes.
A little bit of an itch, but yeah. But the comment section was kind of filled with comparisons really to Black Panther, and I could see it. It's really going to be, I think, that kind of style of character.
Okay.
And then Valorant also really at the same time revealing what their new agent does, because they just revealed his whole look yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So now we actually know what he does.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, kind of basic.
Oof.
Kind of basic.
How basic are we talking? Are we talking about like Soldier 76 basic, or are we talking about, maybe a little bit something?
Well, I mean, 2 of his abilities look pretty cool.
Yeah.
The other ones are pretty much ones we've seen before and nothing new to the controller role.
Yeah. Not too much you can add when you already have like how many characters? 70-something characters in League of Legends, or is it even more than that?
Oh no, this is Valorant. We're talking.
Oh sorry, I got mixed up with Valorant. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like 18, maybe. Well, maybe not even that.
Oh, either way,
maybe like 15.
There's so many characters in these games that it's tough to really make new abilities, because we got hero shooters coming left and right. We got Valorant, we got League of Legends, which has been out for a long time now, which has plenty of characters. Overwatch has a lot of characters with a lot of unique abilities. All of them kind of there's gonna be some that work similarly, some that are unique, which is awesome to see, like Junker Queen. I know that you've been having a lot of fun with her on Overwatch, Bandy. We still have to play together. What the heck's going on? Maybe I'll bring my Xbox tomorrow. I gotta spend the night because I gotta go to that football game at the Trash Panda Stadium, which is going to be awesome. Going to be extremely lit. Speaking of football, we're going to be talking with Crawdad later in the show about Army football and how they can improve on their season, because that last week's loss. They lost. They just losing. So we definitely got to figure out what they can do to turn that around. So that'll be very exciting to talk about. And then maybe Chad will throw in a few things later on in the show. It's just up to him. He's kind of just chilling. He's just helping us out. But we'll be going into. We're gonna do the ePlay-by-play at 2:25. You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. You guys don't touch that dial. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
In 1982, Bob Baumhauer introduced Alabama to the Buffalo Wild Wing, and quite frankly, we've never been the same. Back then, it was Wings and Things in Tuscaloosa, but now, 40 years later, after 4 name changes, Baumhauer's Victory Grill is the #1 sports-themed restaurant in the state. Bob's Alabama Hot Chicken is something that has to be tried to believe, plus the new Bam Bam Chicken and the Louisiana-style Go Fish, a whitefish over rice topped with shrimp etouffee. And Baumhauer's is fighting inflation with some new affordable favorites. Visit Baumhauer's on the South Parkway today.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on 2 services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
With us today, Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville.
When we evaluate a patient and they indeed have significant venous disease, most third-party payers, private insurance, Medicare, require us to treat every patient conservatively at least 90 days. Conservative treatment includes increasing ambulation, elevation of the legs, and the wearing of compression stockings. It's very common for folks to come see us in March or April wanting to have their veins fixed before they go into swimsuits starting in June. When we see someone in March or April, they're going to require at least 90 days of conservative treatment before we can even go to the insurance carrier to get permission to treat their veins. So if you think you have a venous problem, now is the time to come in and get a free screening so we can determine whether or not you need something evaluated. If you have a vein problem or you think you may have a vein problem, now's the time to contact us at bestveincarehuntsville.com.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com. What's better than Valley Equipment Rental? 2 Valley Equipment Rentals, and that's just what we have now. The original on the South Memorial Parkway between Drake and Airport Road, and their second location on North Memorial Parkway just north of Winchester Road. Valley Equipment is locally owned and has more skid steers, excavators, and lifts than anyone in the area, plus all the small tools that you need to get the job done like a pro. And if you are a pro, you need to check out the new North location now because Valley Equipment has what you need. Learn more at valleyequipmentrents.com.
The Blitz has been called.
Let's see, and welcome back, everybody, to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Network. I'm your host, Bandiman, a.k.a. Bailey Lowry. You know what? We're about to get into some good video game talk here, and as always, I'm going to be joined on my right here by my co-host,
Hey.
Captain Cool John Abraham.
I didn't know if you were gonna let me just say Captain Cool. I had to run back and forth. I mean, I had to hit that stream.
You didn't have to. You could have stayed there.
No,
You gotta stay there because if you go away, then you're like, where did he go? And then when I turn it back on, they see you run.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. I had to do a little hurdle to get back over here. Yeah, I think I hurt my arm. I think I'm gonna be out for a few weeks.
See, that's what I'm talking about. You can't hurt yourself like that, man. I'm just trying to help you out.
Got that limbo arm. Sorry, Bandy. That's a great. I was like, that's actually great for what we needed right there. So, Bandy, take over.
All right, but you know what? We got some good video game news in today. Actually, some release news as well, as we got some more PlayStation exclusives coming to PC. League of Legends revealed their new champion, as well as Valorant with what their new agent does. And the Guilty Gear Strive cross-play beta starts tonight. That's all coming up here on the ePlay-by-Play.
Time to catch up on esports with ePlay-by-Play with the Bandiman.
All right. Why does the sounder go so well with it?
It is perfect.
All right, but first off, before we get into the Overwatch 2 news and the Valorant and the League of Legends and the Guilty Gear and all this other stuff and what's coming out, you know what? Multiverse has got a release. Stripe's out.
Woo!
Stripe from the Gremlins is now out in Multiverses, as well as their Halloween content update with new costumes and skins. Looks like Witch Velma, Frankenstein, Iron Giant, a cake skin for Jake, a mummy skin for Rain Dog, Tom and Jerry vampire skin. Honestly, is this a Black Lantern Superman skin?
Really?
Yeah, they did the Black Lantern skin for Superman and Wonder Woman, and these are definitely the two best costumes in the game.
Huh, I'm gonna have to take a look at those. How much are those gonna set you back, though?
They don't have a price right now, and it seems like
well, yeah, they are.
And it seems like Event Hubs, the website I'm using for this news, that has all the images posted. Looks like they're having some sort of server error at the moment.
That happens.
It does happen.
Yeah.
But you can still see the thumbnails from the article, and my goodness, these skins look incredible.
Yeah, I think we got a little bit of a leak though before about the Black Lantern Superman, because I remember you showing me a few pictures, and I saw one that was, it was Superman in his black and silver, costume, and I was like, oh, that's so cool looking. Like, I wonder when they're gonna bring that in. Well, now it's in. Yeah. So that's gonna be exciting.
I mean, and if someone's listening, like, correct me if I'm wrong. I love the Black Lantern storyline in the comic, just the idea of it, of just that the superheroes are now taken over by this black ring, by this one force. And someone correct me, I really want to see an animated version of this. If there's like an animated movie of it out there, of the Black Lantern arc, link me to it because I don't know about it and need to see it. But man, I need this animated now.
Huh.
I need a movie about this.
I don't see anything about one when I looked it up. It's just all this Green Lantern stuff. So I don't know. I don't know.
Black Lantern arc is cool.
It's pretty cool.
You know what? We also got some more release news. Elden Ring actually
Ooh.
got its 1.07 update, but now here's the big thing about it: new balancing for PvP. So that way, there's going to be different damage indicators and different damage scaling strictly for PvP.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like doing PvP in Souls-like games, hey, Elden Ring might finally be the way for you now. And they also buffed pretty much everything. Pretty much every weapon in the game, if you want to go it for a strength build, a dex build, endurance, intelligence, whatever you want to do. They didn't buff bleed, though. Bleed was already strong. And I ran bleed in my first run, so...
So what you're telling me is the whole game is you're just super powerful now with any weapon that you get.
Well, it's like a lot more builds are viable now. It's like I remember when Elden Ring first launched, it was like bleed was just like magic was far and away the best build to run.
Yeah.
And then that got nerfed, and then it was bleed, and then it's just kind of been all over the place now. But now that everything's been buffed, I mean, I might hop back into Elden Ring and hop back in that story because I love playing it. But also, one of the big things is ray tracing. This introduced code into the game that could implement ray tracing into Elden Ring in the future, just making an already beautiful looking game look even more stunning.
That's awesome. I've seen a lot of ray tracing happen to a lot of these games, especially Cyberpunk 2077 got a new little. I showed a video of the new ray tracing that's happening with all these graphics cards and all that stuff, and the game just looks absolutely wonderful. I want them to add ray tracing to Minecraft for the Xbox so I can finally play it on my Xbox, but I don't know if that's ever gonna happen.
Now we got another PC exclusive. Well, PlayStation exclusive, I like to say that, is now coming to PC.
Oof.
Spider-Man Miles Morales has been announced. It's going to get a November release date for PC. It's coming to Steam. And you know what? Some PlayStation fans were not very happy about it.
Really, Bandy?
Yeah. I mean, they're like, oh, great. It's like the exclusive tag doesn't mean anything anymore because in 2 years it'll just come to PC anyway.
I have a feeling I agree with you, and it's like, why not just own a PC and an Xbox?
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, why is Sony then getting so up in arms about exclusives as of late?
I know, if they're releasing them, it's weird.
Especially when it comes to Call of Duty. But
we've talked about that a lot. We've talked
about it a lot. At this point, it's beating a dead horse.
Exactly.
I think it's just absolutely stupid though that you have to pay another $60 for the same game.
Yeah.
On the computer. Like,
yeah.
I understand. Yeah, it's cool that it's exclusive and all that other stuff. Cool. In the future, it might be worth money or whatever. Down the road, or whatever. Just because it's exclusive, it's just in its case, whatever. But when I look at certain games that I play on the Xbox, like Halo, like you can get the whole Master Chief collection on Game Pass, or you can get it on Steam or whatever. And I think it's stupid to have to pay. It's like when Destiny came out, they had it on the 360, right? You played it on the 360. You went to the 1X. You had to buy it again.
Yeah.
You go play it, and you play it like halfway through. You got to get You got to go back and buy all the DLCs that you purchased on the 360 that are now on the computer and on the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's free. Destiny's free. So it's like the first, especially the first and the second one. So you can blow through all the first one, like you obviously couldn't do it when it was happening, but it's like now with Destiny 2, it's like you can go all the way, or how Destiny 1 was, I guess Destiny 2 is like that, where you can go all the way to level 40 or whatever, max out or whatever, and then try to go after all the other extra stuff that you can go after. But it's just kind of crazy to have to pay like that much money and to have to pay for all that stuff again. It's like Call of Duty. You play Call of Duty on the Xbox One X, right? And you go try to play it on the computer, and you don't get all your guns back and all that stuff. You don't get the DLC you bought and stuff like that, like when Cold War came out. You know what I mean? You don't play it on the computer, so it kind of stinks when you have to go back and you have to revert to paying for more stuff, even though you already have that game.
But it does suck because I didn't like how Call of Duty did it, specifically with PC, because I bought I got Modern Warfare 2019 on the Xbox or on the Xbox One, and then I transitioned over to PC gaming and I got Cold War and Warzone and all that on my PC. And then my stuff carried over, like it was the same account because I was able to link my Battle.net stuff with my Activision account, able to carry over my gun progression, thank goodness. But if I wanted to go back and play Modern Warfare 2019 multiplayer, if I wanted to on PC, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I would just have to go back on and hop on the Xbox One again.
Yeah, I think the main thing that this is for, with Miles Morales coming out on the PC, is it's for the people who never had a PlayStation or they strictly are PC gamers, and this is where it's the best for. Yeah, people who wanted the game but couldn't get it because they didn't want to shell out like $500 for a brand new console just to play that one game.
Yeah, why do you think I'm so excited for Persona 5 Royal
I know.
to finally be out?
It's gonna be awesome
because it's been stuck on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 for like 3 years.
It's bullcrap. That's
for like 3 or 4 years.
That's how a lot of Japanese exclusive games are. They're always on PlayStation first for a long time, and they may never come to Xbox. But you know what? This is one of those special occasions where your Japanese game's coming straight to Xbox.
I'll tell you all a story too. I got incredibly excited when because the first one to get ported over was Persona 4 Golden onto Steam.
Great game.
And I went crazy when that got announced because that's another example of a game stuck on PlayStation because it was stuck on the Vita.
Yep.
The worst PlayStation console to be stuck on.
Yeah, it was.
Because I will admit, Vita was underrated. If you had one, you enjoyed it, but no one bought it.
Yeah. My thing about the Vita is it was a very cool console. It was like right when it needed to come out because it was whenever like touchpads were like coming out, smartphones were a big thing. So it was like a perfect time for it to come out, but there just wasn't enough games on it, and that was why nobody was buying it. Yeah. Stick to your PSP because you had thousands and thousands of games you could play on the PSP, whereas
Battlefront 2.
It was the opposite. Yeah, it was the opposite on the PS Vita where you had just a lack of games.
Yeah. I mean, Persona 4 Golden was probably the only game I played on it.
Yeah. Why do you think Madden 13 is the only game that I have in that? Yeah, that's why. Only Madden game to come out either.
Good old Madden 13. But speaking about console players, let's go over to Overwatch 2.
Ooh.
Now, we all had our shot at Overwatch 2 yet?
I have. Smokey has. And Chad, have you?
I have not played it. Last 2 times that I tried to log in, there were 6,000 people and 3,000 people. So, and both times that I was sitting there waiting for it to log in, I walked away from the computer, and apparently it logged me out, and I was like, well, this sucks. So then right when I got back in it again, it was like, oh, no, you're waiting another 6,000 people in front of you. So I will try it. I played a bunch of Overwatch 1, so I'm sure I'll like it. I just got to get into it. I've just been into so many other games right now.
Totally understandable.
So
I mean,
I just try to stay focused on what I like, and
Yeah.
and basically it's like once I get to that game, oh trust me, I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole and play it for like 2 months or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I got Valheim when it first came out. My buddies were like, oh come play Valheim. I played Valheim literally for an entire week. That most people would probably play Valheim for an entire month or maybe a whole year. Beat the game and then told my friends about it, and they were just like, oh, we're still on boss 3 or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, there's not much left after boss 5. And then I'm like, then it's just building and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And they've added new things since then, and we're probably going to get back into it again because they're going to come out with another thing, and I'm sure you guys will talk about that in the future when it comes out.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's just kind of crazy how games like that work, or kind of how I get sucked into games, especially games that I like. I really like,
So with Overwatch, if you try to hop on it now, you might have a better chance because I know whenever the first few days of its launch, it was quite difficult to get in. I mean, I talked about my story about waiting 45 plus minutes to get on. And then now I can just hop on instantly, and it's fun. It's great.
Same here.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, if you're going to sit there and make a game, it's like when Fortnite 2 ever comes out. It's like, are you serious? You're only going to have 5 servers open?
Yeah.
Like, you have Overwatch, it's a very popular game. It's a competitive game.
Owned by Blizzard.
Yeah, it's
big
like
multiplayers.
You would think that you can go straight into your Battle.net and you can go right into it. I mean, that's why I love Diablo so much.
Yeah.
I like Diablo, and I like being able to download that game off the Battle.net. So, it just doesn't make sense when you crashed one game basically. You got rid of one game. You're creating your second game now, and it's like, oh yeah, we're not gonna have enough servers.
They said they got hit. They said they got hit with a DDoS attack, which I'm still skeptical about. I mean, I have no reason not to believe them because there's no evidence.
Tell us what that is, because literally, like, anybody older than me probably has no idea what you just said if you're listening right now.
Okay, so a DDoS attack.
Please tell me what that is.
All right, so a DDoS attack is an intentional flood of information to a server to intentionally overload it.
Yeah.
So it's an intentional overload of a server to make it basically reset or restart.
So it's like a bunch of people just sending bot accounts like in there and not really playing and just kind of like overloading the
Well, it's just like sending trash information to a server. It could be anything, just trash codes and source information, just all that. Just pretty much a virus.
Yeah, it's all hacker stuff.
But its intent is just to overload an information, overload a server, and make it work overtime, and then just completely shut down when it gets overloaded.
Yeah, complete dick move. Bandy, continue.
But Overwatch 2 players are demanding that Blizzard change how aim assist works for console crossplay. So, you can crossplay on Overwatch 2 between console and PC. Great news. Here's the thing. If you're going to be a console player and hop onto a PC server, just be ready because aim assist, PC players don't have it. And right now, Overwatch 2 on crossplay servers, they don't have aim assist either. And they want that to be changed. Now, I don't see this as an issue because I see it as leveling the playing field for mouse and keyboard users to console players. But that could also mean, well, you're taking away what balances it out. And that mouse and keyboard, you can tend to react faster on a mouse, tend to adjust your aim faster, flick faster.
Yeah, because there is flicking.
Yeah. Well, on a stick, it's slower, but you kind of have aim assist to compensate for it. But now that they've taken that out in crossplay servers, it's kind of like, well, now do PC players just have a distinct advantage over console players on these servers?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a debate being thrown around right now. Personally, I don't really care because Overwatch, I see it as more you win based on your ability to work together as a team.
True.
And to combo your abilities together and to actually synergize well as a team, rather than just purely on your ability to shoot things well.
Yeah.
Now, being able to do that on certain champions is certainly critical. I mean, you don't want to be missing your shots as McCree or Ashe. Because then your team will flame you.
It's kind of like Valorant though in a way, and CS:GO of games where literally all you do is point and click. Like a lot of people that are, the support characters especially, all you're doing is you're shooting enough to distract the enemy, but you're also sitting there and absolutely just like healing your dudes the entire time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it can be a lot easier. And I think anybody that has no recoil on their guns, you're all cheating to me, to be honest with you.
Now see, the fun thing with me, I play Ana on support, so I'm not sitting around just healing. I'm just jumping around like a rabbit, just trying to dodge every shot and just no scoping my teammates, trying to heal them up.
Yeah. See, Ana would be difficult. Ana is difficult.
She's really fun, though.
But she is fun when you can get her down, because I remember I got the Snow Owl skin for her, so I felt like I needed to do something with her. I needed to play as her. But on controller and all that stuff like that, I had to adjust every single setting I needed to actually play as her. And like you were saying about just, pointing and clicking, Chad, a lot of the characters that I've mained once before, Winston and Moira, which Moira's a great character.
I love Winston.
Yeah, all you need to do, because that stuff is just like you get it kind of in the area where the enemy is, and then you just literally click, and it just either sucks their life away or just shocks them to death. But continue on, Bandy.
So, moving on to Valorant, we have the reveal of Harbor, the new agent's abilities, and he's a controller agent, so he's going to be locking down a site using these abilities. And now some of them actually seem pretty cool. Some are a little underwhelming. But, this is a controller. They're pretty cut and dry. But for his C ability, he equips a wave of water and sends the wave rolling forward, and it can go through walls.
Yeah.
He can actually stop the wave, and players hit are slowed. They're going to be damaged and slowed.
This guy,
not bad.
Yeah, this guy looks like how I want to look, honestly.
Yeah, literally the deep cross with Prince of Persia.
He really is.
Now, his Q ability, Cove. I actually like this ability because it's a new kind of shield. He'll equip like a little water sphere, and then he'll throw it. He can either throw it overhand or underhand. This will change the trajectory. God, this is weird talking today. And now, when this bomb lands on the ground, it's going to deploy a water shield that blocks bullets. I like it. A throwable shield. They can just, like, if a teammate's getting pushed in on, you can kind of throw it around. Maybe try to help them out, get them support. That kind of stuff. Now, his E. This is where we see the kind of the copy paste. Now, he'll equip a wall of water. He can fire it to then send the water along the ground, and he can guide the water in the direction of your crosshair passing through the world. Now, it's kind of a little bit of a rework of past abilities, because a lot of because a lot of agents, I keep saying heroes, agents, champions.
You get them. It's hard, man.
It's so weird, and you'll have some people in this, and you'll have some people around that say like, they're actually agents, not champions. It's just they're characters.
Get it right.
They are characters. They're operators. There you go. I play Rainbow Six Siege. They're operators.
Sheesh.
I wouldn't go that far.
They're agents, dang it.
They're agents. But it is kind of cool is that a lot of the agents do have abilities where they just send up a wall of their element. Like Neon does like a thing of electricity. Phoenix with fire. It's pretty common. But this one's going to be water, and you can actually kind of guide it along as you're using it to kind of give it a little trail. And players that go through it or are hit by it are slowed. But pretty standard.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a very I think this is going to be a good agent. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's been a while since I played Valorant, but I think this is going to be a good agent. But his ult is going to be kind of like a mortar strike in a way, where he'll mark an area on the ground and a geyser of water is going to be sent up, and then enemy players in the pool around the geyser and in it are going to be targeted by consecutive geyser strikes. And players caught within it are concussed. So like their screen's going to be shaking, they're going to be kind of stunned. They're going to be a little wobbly.
A little wobbly. But overall, I think this guy's going to be pretty good. I'm excited to see his gameplay. I think a couple players have already kind of gotten their hands on him already, so I kind of need to look at those videos. But you know what? I'm for it. Let's see how he is. We need new controllers besides freaking Chamber. Chamber matter too long, but all right. Guilty Gear Strive's getting its crossplay beta tonight. Now, I don't know how this is going to go because there's an infamous thing where you get less input lag on PC than you do on PlayStation. Now, on the PlayStation 5, it's a little bit better. It's a little bit closer to PC, but on PS4, a little bit worse. So I'm interested to see how players maybe playing on PlayStation 4 and dealing with up to 6-7 frames of input lag are going to deal with players on PC, maybe even PlayStation 5. Well, actually, no. Well, PlayStation 5 they're already used to. But on PC, who are running at least maybe like 3 frames of input lag at worst. It'll be interesting. Yeah.
Because, I mean, that delays the time you have to react. I mean,
you got it, man.
It delays the time you have to react to stuff.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. There we are. Well, you know what I mean? It's like, basically, your inputs are going to be 5 frames slower than their inputs. Or 4 frames slower than their inputs.
Yeah.
So, have fun. But you know what? I'm excited for it. All the DLC characters are going to be free. I'm definitely going to hop on it tonight, and I'm going to try out the Secretary of Absolute Defense, Gold Lewis Dickinson.
Gold Lewis, KFC chicken. That's the only thing I know is whenever the modders put in Colonel Sanders as his skin, and that was just the greatest thing ever. And you know, it'd be even funnier if a chicken popped out of that little thing he's got from Area 51. That'd be grand, wouldn't it?
It would be grand. You know what? We got to take a quick timeout. When we get back, we're going to preview the next hour, as well as talk to Crawdad about Army football and their contest against Colgate this Saturday. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Here's Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford on their service department.
President's Award winner 2 years in a row. That's only given to the top 10% of Ford dealers in customer satisfaction. So we're very proud of the service department. And our body shop. If you happen to get into an accident, which not a lot of people just want to go down and see a body shop, but if you get into an accident, award-winning body shop. We have state-of-the-art paint booths back there. They're waterborne paints that we use, friendly for the environment. We've got our production system, the way things are in and out. We have the fastest cycle rate in town of getting your vehicle in, getting your vehicle out, and assured that it's fixed right. We take pictures before it's wrecked, and not only after, but we take it as we're putting the parts on. All done to above industry standards. So I'm proud of our body shop too. Don't forget our parts department. So if you happen to need parts, performance parts, or just parts if you're a weekend mechanic.
Woody Anderson Ford, located at the corner of Jordan and Sparkman, as well as Hughes Road and Madison. You can also check out the great deals at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Great food and the best live entertainment is what it's all about at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. Head to downtown Huntsville every Tuesday for karaoke on the only outdoor karaoke stage in North Alabama. Thursday night is the Valley's longest running and biggest bike night. Food and drink specials, giveaways, and live music on the patio. And the Furniture Factory menu is fully loaded with options from steaks to salads, plus a whole lot more. Featuring a weekday happy hour that starts at 3. 619 Meridian Street, downtown Huntsville, and online at FurnitureFactoryBarGrill.com.
Guys, when we were 20, we never had to worry about spontaneity. And now that we've gotten older, spontaneity has been replaced with pills and injections. We're just trying to keep that intimacy, but it's taken away from spontaneity. At Advanced Life Clinic, we now offer GainsWave, which uses sound waves to non-invasively treat this issue with no need for pills or injections. Just give us a call, 256-888-9367, or check us out online, advancedlifeclinic.com.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
The Blitz has been called.
Hello and welcome back to the Afternoon Blitz. I'm John Abraham, your host, alongside the Bandiman Bailey Lowry, as well as the Chad, running the show right now, keeping us on the airways, doing a great job of that. This first hour was brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration, the guys that show up when you need them. They'll make sure everything's looking good on your house. You don't have to worry about a thing. If you want to join in on any of the conversation today, call us at 256-576-4977. And if you want to find us on the Twitter sphere, look up the Blitz_sports, where you can watch us live and also on Twitch and YouTube at WZZN TV. That's how you can watch us live there. If you want to join in any way, call us, or you can leave a comment, and we'll definitely talk about whatever you got to talk about, because, we love to know what you guys are thinking whenever you're hearing a bunch of sports or video game talk. That's pretty much what the show's all about. I wanted to talk about this real quick because it is a game that's going on tonight, okay, Bandy? The Bears and the Commanders. A lot of people overlooking it. They're saying it's just going to be a terrible game, which, I mean, when you look at these teams, yes, they're terrible. But at the same time, there's things that they could do that could really break out. Carson Wentz hasn't been a bad quarterback this season. He's been doing a decent job, okay? Last game against the Titans, he did a wonderful job. Now, on the other side, with the Bears, Justin Fields, still a young quarterback, still trying to understand what he's supposed to do for that team. He doesn't know if he wants to run, if he wants to throw, what he wants to do. But it's just shaky altogether. But, they're both teams that are on the precipice of being really decent teams, at least decent teams, okay? Especially with the Commanders. Getting Brian Robinson back, too, is going to help out a lot in the backfield. And I know one Mr. Chad wants to talk a little bit about it to kind of hype it up. If he does, if he doesn't, it's whatever.
No, I was just saying, what I was trying to say to you earlier, it was just like, I was kind of, disagreeing to a point, or saying that, you think the Bears are going to win. I think the Commanders are going to win. I think they've got a great defense.
Yeah.
I think they've got a 1-2 punch at running back. I think if they can get the running game going, they got a great coach in Ron Rivera, which I don't really agree with what he said, saying that Carson Wentz isn't a very good quarterback. I don't think Carson Wentz is an awful quarterback. I don't think he's obviously a great quarterback either. I just think that he's a decent quarterback. He's a quarterback. You know what I mean?
He's a quarterback.
He's basically number, I would say, 17 and down. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys in the league. And I don't necessarily – when I look at the NFC East especially, I see better quarterback play, obviously. But I also see a team in the Washington Commanders that I feel like it's been like – they have the situation with Dan Schneider. They got the revolving door of names for the team. It's just – and they've got a great fan base. They've got a historic fan base. I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to still continue to be a part of the Washington, quote, Redskins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fan base. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to be a part of that. And I just think that when we're looking at it, though, they're a couple points away. They'd be at least 2-3. I would think maybe not even 3-2, but maybe 2-3.
Yeah.
Okay. They probably should have won last week. The Titans haven't been very good. So you kind of are wondering, when are they going to find it? Because really, they've got a lot of talent on offense. I mean, Scary Terry, I love him at wide receiver, and you got Curtis Samuel as well, who's a quality backup wide receiver, and then you've got an amazing defense. So with a defensive head coach, which I don't understand why you can't get that right, but as good as everybody's playing, I mean, the Giants are, But I'll say this about the Bears: I don't understand the fascination with Justin Fields. The man has like 4 touchdowns or 5 pass touchdowns this year.
3.
3. Okay, whatever.
4 interceptions. You might have gotten that mixed up.
Okay, well, whatever. Even worse. I don't understand it. Everyone wanted to dog Mac Jones and other quarterbacks that came out of that draft. That's one quarterback that people should have just continued to dog, because I don't understand why you're going to give him the benefit of the doubt with the team that he's on, and just because he's a young guy and all this other stuff. No, look at the guy in college. All right, I don't understand the fascination with that quarterback. Tonight, Commanders win 31-24. 31-24. Let's say that.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's gonna be a good game tonight.
It will be a good game, okay, whether or not, one of the teams plays terribly or the quarterbacks play bad. But Carson Wentz, obviously, he's the better quarterback in this matchup, okay? Justin Fields, he's attempted 88 passes compared to Carson Wentz's 210. So he's already just more than doubled that. And it's just one of those things where we're going to have to figure out who's the better team. And overall, we're going to say the Commanders. I think the Bears will win this one, but that's just me. But make sure you guys stick around, because we'll have Crawdad coming up in the next hour, and we can't wait to talk about some Army football. So stick around. This is the Afternoon Blitz.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
McCurry Motors is your car and van rental headquarters. You can rent the vehicle you need today. Family in town, sporting event, church function, no matter what your need, McCurry Motors has you covered with a wide selection of cars and vans available for rent. They have 12-passenger Mercedes Sprinter vans, 12-passenger Ford Transit vans, 15-passenger Ford Transit vans, and 15-passenger Chevrolet Express vans. They have 2 locations, Highway 72 in Athens or Max Luther Drive in Huntsville.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed precision overhead garage door service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision overhead garage door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision overhead garage door service. Call 256-400-4500.
This hour of the Blitz is brought to you by Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Online at FlemingHSV.com. The Blitz has been called. Welcome to the evolution of sports radio.
You see, in this industry, just like in life, everything evolves.
Call 256-576-4977 to make your audible for the Blitz.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
It's the Afternoon Blitz. Here are your hosts, Smokey, Captain Cool, and the Bandiman.
Hour number 2 is live here on the Afternoon Blitz on the Tennessee Valley Blitz. 256-576-4977 is the phone number to get in. Smokey alongside Captain Cool and Bandiman. Oh,
it's a different show now.
Yes, it is a different show.
Yeah, Smokey's back.
Oh, my God. You gotta love when emergency situations happen, you know, guys?
Yeah.
But much appreciate to the chat as well as you guys for holding it down for the first hour. Anyway, I'm a little verklempt here. A little verklempt. Help me.
We talked a lot about video games, a little bit about the Bears Commanders matchup.
Oh God,
I know. Yeah, it's a mixed. We got mixed signals. Okay.
Bears and Commanders will be the DF3 play for the evening, so we're going to get into that at the end of the show. But as we do every Thursday here at 3:00 at Central Standard Time, a man that does a fantastic job with Crawdad's Countdown to Kickoff, covering Army football for us and our sister station 97.7 The Zone, is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. God help me.
I'll take the first question.
Anyway, he is one, Mr. Crawdad. Crawdad, afternoon, sir. How are you?
How you guys doing today? What happened up there? Did you get ran over by a truck or something?
No. All right, so breaking the fourth wall, as another show that I've seen today decided to break the fourth wall. I get a call about, I'd say, 25 before showtime?
Maybe a little less.
Yeah, a little less before showtime. I get a call from my wife, who has called me like 10 times already. Man, I have my phone on silent, so I didn't hear. And she's freaking out because she was trying to go after my dogs who were messing around in my fence, and then all of a sudden she slips on a dog bone, hurts her back, dogs go out, and then all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. So it was, just absolute hell. But how are you doing, Crawdaddy?
Well, what you just described kind of sounds like the Army Wake Forest game last week.
Nice transition.
Yeah, we didn't have our best game last week, and we talked about this on our show is trying to put our finger on what's wrong with Army this year, and it's kind of hard to put your finger on it. It's easy to say we don't have the talent we've had in the past, but that's a cop-out answer. I think what's happened is we've just been a team that has been snake-bitten by injuries and also snake-bitten by bad luck. Like, as an example of a little publicized fact, is Texas San Antonio, which was a team we took to overtime and should have beaten. That week in practice, we had 30 of our players did not even practice the whole week because they had some kind of stomach bug.
Oh,
and our head coach, to his credit, didn't say, well, we had a pretty bad week of practice. Everybody was sick. They just went out there and played football. And Georgia, a couple of games we should have lost. I will say Coastal Carolina, that's definitely one we should have lost. Georgia State was one we didn't really play well. Last week we played probably one of the better teams in the country in Wake Forest, and that was one where they were just a little bit better than we are. And you look at the final score, 45-10, and you say, oh, well, that was just an absolute disaster. But, it really wasn't. What happened is we ended up with 407 yards of total offense. Wake Forest had 487. The problem was we couldn't keep them off. Actually, we couldn't keep them on the field. They had scoring drives of 2 minutes 40 seconds, 1 minute 38, 1 minute 30, 119, and 138.
Oy vey.
Yeah, it was big play city. We couldn't stop the big plays. Believe it or not, we held their passing game pretty much in check, but we couldn't stop their running game. And the other thing that's kind of a little thing that makes you wonder is normally in the red zone, Army's pretty good at scoring, and we were in the red zone 5 times. We only scored twice. We take those other 3, which normally we turn into some sort of points, and the game's at least respectable. But my point is this, it's not all over for Army by any stretch of the imagination. We have a game coming up this week against Colgate, which should not be much of a problem. Colgate is ranked 222nd out of 262 teams in college football.
There you go.
They only score 17 points a game. Their total offense is 260. They haven't thrown a touchdown pass. Their quarterback is their leading rusher, and he only gets 46% of his passes a game. And I think our guys are going to be mad as hornets, and they're going to be fired up, and we're going to see another Villanova game. So let us assume that Army beats Colgate. Well, what happens is that's our second FCS game. It would be a win, but it wouldn't count. So essentially we would have to beat Louisiana Monroe Air Force, which now is becoming one of the most critical games of the year, Troy, UConn, and UMass in order to get bowl eligibility. And we do still have the game against Navy on December 10th, but what normally happens is the bowl bid, Army-Navy has a contractual obligation with CBS to be the last game of the season, which may or may not last once the playoffs expand. But that's the way it is right now, and usually the bowl bids go out the week before Army-Navy. So we have to be bowl eligible prior to Army-Navy. And if we win the rest of our games, we will be bowl eligible. And if we beat Navy, we'll end up 8-4. So I'm the eternal homer, the eternal optimist. I think we're going to turn it around Saturday, have a hellaciously good game, which, by the way, if you want to listen to it, you can listen to it right here on the Blitz. All you got to do is get the app, touch it with your finger, and bingo, it comes on, which, that's a real handy thing to have, the Blitz app. I listen to it a lot, when I'm in my car driving around listening to your guys' show. So it's something that's worth having on your radio. So I have rambled and rambled. You guys tell me what your questions are.
Well, I mean, so kind of like how you went into it, that Colgate was, I would say, toward the very bottom of a list when it comes to the overall rankings in college football. I mean, so you're saying, is there anything on this Colgate team that you can see posing a threat to Army, or do you just see this as a total win for the Army football team here?
Well, frankly, I don't know. I don't. From my look at it, and by the way, finding something to view on Colgate is pretty hard to do.
I bet.
Yeah. But just from looking at the stats, I don't think there's much of a problem there. And Colgate, by the way, is one of the few schools in the country that is smaller than Army. They only have 2,900 students. By the way, here's an interesting stat on Colgate. You'd probably like this, Captain Cool.
Okay.
The student body is 54% female and 46% male. So those are pretty good odds.
Yeah, I'll have to go and check that place out maybe. I don't know.
and by the way, just a little trivia question on Colgate. It is the Colgate Palmolive, that entity. That's the founder of Colgate University. It's in New York, so they'll have a lot of fans there. And no, I don't see anything whatsoever, you know, knock on wood, that caused my dog. My dog didn't like it. Knock on the wood. You can probably hear him stirred up in the background. But now there shouldn't be anything. It should be a decent game that starts 11 o'clock on CBS Sports Network. And if any of the listeners want to come down and say hi to the old crawdad, I'm sorry. I'm out of town this weekend. I forgot all about that. I'm going down to my brother-in-law's to watch the Alabama-Tennessee game.
There you go.
It's going to be a Jim Dandy. Speaking of which, have y'all guys heard anything on Bryce Young? Is he in, out, or?
There is no official word yet, but the tea leaves are saying that Bryce is going to play, even though some of these fake Vol people are not. These Vol fans that have fake account or like changed their accounts into fake news and all this other stuff are going back to the Twitter wars like it's 2017, trying to find out or trying to fool everybody that Butch Jones is fired.
Yeah,
that's about the premise for Vol Twitter right about now, Crawdad. So I fully expect Bryce Young to play because you're not like I mentioned last week with the A&M game is that. Saban knew that they could beat A&M with Jalen Milroe, even though he turned the ball over 4 times. We saw exactly what happened with that. It was a narrow victory. But if Jalen Milroe goes into Neyland Stadium the way that it's going around in Eastern Tennessee right now, from what I've been hearing, Jalen Milroe would not be able to have this Bama team beat Tennessee.
No, I think if Jalen Milroe's in, Alabama's got some big problems. But on to Army. Is Colgate a third? Excuse me. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Well, I was just gonna reiterate as I normally do. Crawdad from Crawdad's Countdown to Kickoff right here on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, as we go through the Army football schedule. And this is about the time of year where we get to see a whole lot of CBS associated with Army, as the next 2 with Colgate and UL Monroe are on CBS Sports Network. But then we get a 10:30 a.m. kickoff, and it's on the actual CBS, which against Air Force, that is going to be one of those intriguing games. And I think Crawdad, I need your actual opinion on this one, because a lot of people, when you talk about like going to Utah compared to going to Colorado and the difference in the altitude and the way that oxygen is developed through the body and the lack of oxygen being in the altitude, does that even – and I know probably with you as the Army guy, you have had your interactions with doing this particular type of training as well. How much of a difference really is that air change? Because with Air Force coming to Mikey Stadium, I think that's going to be a better advantage for the Army football team. But just out of those questions, like, what all can you give me on the answer?
Well, I'm going to take a pen and pop your balloon on this one, because even though you would be correct, that is an advantage. I've been to the Air Force Academy numerous occasions, and yes, you definitely feel the lack of oxygen, but they're playing in Dallas.
Oh, so it's going to be in Dallas? It's going to be at Jerry's World?
No, it's another. I forget the name of the stadium, but it's somewhere in that neck of the woods.
Huh.
And so who does that favor? And I tend to think that favors Army, because Texas is one of our big recruiting sites, and we've got a lot of players from Texas on our team. And plus Air Force, I don't know if you've been following them, but they're under some recruiting sanctions, and they've misbehaved. They really, during the COVID days, this was just kind of a chicken, you-know-what thing to do. They allowed their players during the COVID season to take a semester off and not play football and come back for a 5th year. Well, that's just fine and dandy at some universities, but you're not supposed to do that at service academy. So myself and all my Army cohorts kind of accuse them of cheating anyway. So I hope they go down to Dallas and get spanked, and then the weekend after that we go to Troy. I'll actually be at that game. That's near my old stomping grounds where I learned to fly helicopters at Fort Rucker.
Nice.
Troy is no slouch. I have them penciled in as a win, but that's going to be a tough game too.
No, with former Grissom High star and Kentucky Kentucky standout, John Summerall, who earned his way throughout the coaching tree, just starting as a grad assistant at Kentucky and making most of his coaching name at the University of Kentucky, but has gone around. He's also did a stop at Troy before he became head coach. But to give you, it is in Arlington, Texas, and it is actually at the Rangers ballpark at Globe Life Stadium. So we get to see a baseball field get turned into a football field, which, some of these ones, like the newer ones, Globe Life is going to be one I'm going to be very intrigued to see how it goes. And like this weekend when you got Jack State and UNA going off at a Toyota Field, which, hopefully with this one they won't do what Toyota Field's doing and make them all go in one direction. You know what I'm saying, Crawdad?
I didn't know that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's weird.
By the way, speaking of the Air Force game, the last time we played in that field, I think CBS got some parolees or somebody to work the cameras because that was the absolute worst camera work I have ever seen. So hopefully they've got that improved a little bit. And Wake Forest was on ESPN3 last Saturday, and I think they, again, got the same parolees, handed them a camera and said, cover a football game. But I hope next week to talk to you guys about a good win over Colgate where the team has come back. The one thing that hurts us, though, is our slot back, Terrell Robinson, who was averaging 10 yards a carry. We think he tore his knee up. His knee was bent in a way which knees aren't supposed to bend, so we're going to have somebody step up and take his place. But, hey, all I can say is go Army, beat the Raiders. Let's get after Colgate Saturday.
Crawdad, much appreciate the time, sir, and we'll be talking to you again next Thursday.
Okay, and folks, remember, you can listen to it on the Blitz. Go Army, beat Nate.
Thanks for the shout-out.
Thanks, Crawdad.
There we go, Army.
Crawdad's countdown to kickoff for Army football going on every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, either on 97.7 ESPN The Zone, our sister station, or here on the Tennessee Valley Blitz, as it was like last night, because the Braves are in the playoffs.
Yep.
And Braves had a rain delay go on. Braves
pushed back.
Yeah, pushed back, and it actually helped the Braves out because their day game record sucks. Let's be blunt with that. I believe the day. Hold on, the Chad knows actually the day game record. What's the day game record for the Bravos?
Oh, it's bad. That's all you need to know. It's just bad.
Yeah. So if you hear from noted Brave superfan, the Chad, that when I ask him what the day record is, and then he just goes, "Yeah, it's bad." He don't even know no numbers or anything like that. Oh.
Yeah, I wanted a few more comments on that the Wake Forest game, honestly, because I did get to see some interesting stuff, and I didn't get any questions to be asked. I didn't get to it, but no, Tyler, the quarterback that started with the game. I mean, they had 3 different quarterbacks, but right off the bat, Army caught Wake Forest surprised. They just threw up a ball, and it was like a 50-yard pass, and it was probably the longest pass Army's ever, committed, but it was completed, and they really caught Wake Forest off guard. But then whenever they got into the red zone, there was a fumble, and those were just points that were they were just left. And then that's whenever Wake Forest just started scoring. It was just nonstop against the Black Knights. It seemed like they scored 14 in the first, 7 in the second, 17 in the third, and then in the fourth they scored 7. So it was just consistently throughout the whole game. That was probably the biggest thing for the Army, was they just could not stop Wake Forest. And then obviously they had to get 10 somehow, and it was later in the game. Army scored 10 points in the fourth. And, I mean, it was a bad game. They got off to a good start, and then they fumbled the ball, and that's kind of where it all just, went awry. But and also Wake Forest, it is true. Whatever Crawdad was saying, it was like they did not pass that much. I mean, even Sam Hartman, who's the quarterback for Wake Forest, he's a starter, he only completed 13 passes, but they were for 246 yards. 1 touchdown. And then Mitch Griffiths, he also had a touchdown pass later in the game. And then they had 7 people running the ball throughout the whole game. I mean, I'm going through some of these names, but Justice Ellison, he had 11 carries for 96 yards. Behind him, there was 8 behind him, and just constantly, just a lot of people got their hands on the ball, and they were running it a bunch. I mean, even Sam Hartman had 36 yards in this game, and he was averaging like 4.5 yards. So it was just one of those things. Army needs to kind of get a little bit more competitive on their defense at least. I know they're a bunch of big guys, but with these quick teams like Wake Forest, it's not going to bode well for them going forward. But again, hopefully Colgate will be a nice little breather. They can kind of train, just fix up what they need to fix up that they really couldn't against Wake Forest because it was just dominant.
Yep, and then they got the Fighting Terry Bowdens next weekend.
Yeah.
I still can't believe he's coaching.
Yeah.
You realize he was at Auburn before both of you were born?
Terry Bowden?
Yeah. Did you even know he was Auburn's head coach at one time?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either.
He led an undefeated season.
Sheesh.
That's probably why. I mean, I'm not an Auburn fan. I'm not going to know who their coaches are.
We don't care about that stuff. I don't even know when the last time.
Not their old coaches.
Didn't Tennessee win a national championship in 2000 or something? I don't know.
That would be 1998. I was actually alive and saw that in living color.
Close. That was right before I was alive and saw that in living color. So.
Yep. Oh yeah. I remember the Tuberville. I remember the
Tuberville.
Yeah.
Before he became the senator.
I was getting. Just for some reason or another, just becoming the victim of Malzahn luck every year.
But continuing on, though, looking at this Army schedule, L.A. Monroe should probably be a win. Air Force is going to be a close one. And then Troy, that one's going to be difficult. I see Troy getting the upper hand on Army, but if Army does something different moving forward after this Wake Forest game, I think Army might, surprise them. Connecticut, that's a win. UMass, probably, yeah, that's going to be a win as well. And then Army Navy, and that's going to be a pretty close one. Always is. It's just going to be a great game. And we get to see some pretty cool uniforms. So, I'll be talking about that a bunch. Yeah.
A little update on some live action that's going on right now. The Houston Astros, off of a Kyle Tucker home run, has taken the lead against the Seattle Mariners. It is 1-0 in the bottom of the third, it looks like. And Luis Castillo going up against. Oh damn! Who is he going up against? I need to check my play.
Yeah.
That will help me out on who Castillo's going up against. Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. Come on. Oh, Bandy. By the way, I got to show you where the free play for the NBA is for next week and all that. Valdez. My bad. So anyway, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and it's hot in here. It is seriously hot.
I bet it is.
Yeah, so I need to cool down. I know I need to cool down. It's going to be time to cool down after this. God help me. Lord, you're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve. And we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates. Residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up. Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates. Residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, here letting you know we are proud supporters of Madison Academy football. Stop into the University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including the all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com to view all our great offers and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today, because we want to see you in a Kia. Go Mustangs!
What's the matter, honey? Can't sleep?
Ugh, it's this heartburn. At night, it's the worst.
Heartburn? Again?
Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm going to kick acid with Rolaids.
Rolaids Advanced goes to work instantly for powerful relief of your worst heartburn, bloating, and gas.
Feeling better?
Much better.
That was fast.
Mm-hmm.
Kick acid and gas with Rolaids Advanced.
Hello and welcome back to a Thirsty Thursday, Adam Thielen Thursday, Thrifty Thursday, whatever Smokey wants to say Thursday. Welcome back. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz here on the Afternoon Blitz.
A tired Thursday is what I like to call it.
A tired Thursday.
Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, on the Tennessee Valley Blitz Sports Radio Network. Bandy was probably the only one that caught me saying the Afternoon Blitz twice there. But I'm your host, Captain Cool, alongside the Bandiman and the Smoky Mike. Everybody's vibes kind of meld here, so when one person's having a little bit of an off day, we're all having an off day. But this hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford. Yeah, the best place to get the best cars for the cheapest prices, guys. It's the best place to go. You just go and grab a Mustang. I don't know, grab a Focus. I don't know, just, whatever you need. They've got it. You can call in on the show. Call us at 256-576-4977. And you can watch us on Twitch, on the Twitter, on the YouTube, WZZN TV. And then the Twitter, it's the Blitz_sports. Guys, we got some cool stuff to talk about today. We're not going to talk about any of the, crap being thrown by either, Jason Peters or Dan Snyder, because, they're talking a lot of crap about a lot of certain organizations, either the Eagles or they're talking about, the NFL as a whole. But we're gonna just avoid all that drama, and we're gonna talk about some good things. And one of those will be a new football helmet that we get to see, something similar to what a team has usually done in the past, but this time it's looking a little bit different. And then we're also gonna be talking a little bit video games, because I gotta talk about some video games every once in a while. I will put a video game story in the cool segment, and then I'll also be talking about something that you can listen to right now. You can go and download it on a certain Xbox, and you can listen to your music if you have this application. But that's all coming up on What's Cool.
It's getting hot in here.
Hot air. So hot in here. That's a spicy meatball. You didn't think I could get that high, did you? Yeah,
Cool.
I hit those notes. Me. What? That's right. All right, boys. First things first, I want to throw in some sports because we got to talk sports. I didn't get your opinion on this yet, but the Bears are going to be wearing a nice little orange helmet tonight, and they're going to be playing against the Commanders of Washington. Carson Wentz is looking pretty stellar as of late, but the Commanders overall as a team not looking too good. I need to know your predictions on this, Smokey. How do you think the Bears, your Bears, are going to face against the Commanders?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to say with those orange helmets, when I do play Madden, especially this newer Madden, as I'm still doing that 10-hour free trial, which, that's one thing I really appreciate with EA is, giving that free trial out, which if you want to, they're also giving out a 10-hour free trial of FIFA, the new FIFA.
I don't care.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, man.
If somebody listening does, I know what you meant.
Dude, soccer's the most I mean, as much as I hate to say it, granted, the NFL is king in the United States of America.
Yeah.
But in the world, it's the football.
I don't know. If you had a gun to my head, I maybe would say that, but I
Why
don't
do
know.
you think Fox Sports paid so much for the World Cup coverage?
It's ridiculous. Football goes over to England or like Paris or whatever, I don't know, and London, and they just have a great reception, great games, and I love it. I don't know how anybody could say that soccer is better than football.
But anyway,
It's not the
with,
same.
with the Madden, I generally like to do the orange jersey along with the orange helmet
Nice.
that goes on right there.
Stellar.
I like the orange jersey.
Yeah.
I really dig it much more than I do the blue, and it's a nice little change. Maybe do an orange on top of blue one time.
Yeah.
That might actually work.
See,
wouldn't it?
yeah, I would say that would look better than if whenever the Cardinals whipped out their black helmets and whipped them out on like the white jerseys or the red jerseys. I just thought it was dumb. I mean, I thought the time you wear the black helmets, you're wearing the black jerseys as well.
So you were saying that that is more of a or Martin Harris move than a Lucy Harris, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But what are your predictions? Who do you think's gonna really strive in this game, and do you think Justin Fields will finally get benched?
Get benched? I hope he doesn't get benched, but I think he might die. That's what I've always said since last Friday. We're going to see a man probably die because, the Bama defensive lineman, or I like to call it the Bama defensive line in the NFL because you got Jonathan Allen, and then you've got Deron Payne is one of them that's in there as well. But then you also add Chase Young to it. And it's like, all right, this offensive line is the biggest weakness for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
The wide receivers aren't really doing much as it is. They're not trying to help out Justin Fields. I just would like to say, case in point, I believe I only have 2 Bears in the DF3, and one of them's the defense.
Okay.
Let's just say the DF3 is going to be a little bit wild today with how I'm going to pick this.
A little wonky.
Because it's going to be one of those, so I'm expecting a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
Probably about...
The over-under is 38.
38, take the under.
Yeah.
Take the under. I do not see a 21-17 game in this one.
That's funny because I predicted actually 24-17, the Bears.
Oh, no.
Yeah, only because of the helmets they're wearing and because they're home. But honestly, the Commanders probably have a better chance, at least on paper. But I'm going to stick to it, guys, okay? Stick to the Bears and the cool little helmets. But we're going to move on from that because
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Oh, yeah. Continue. Sorry. I didn't know what you were doing right
Let's see. I don't even know who the kicker is for the Commanders right now. Hopkins, right? Hopkins is still. Yeah, we'll go with a Hopkins field goal. And
no, it's not Hopkins. For the Commanders.
Yeah,
it's not Hopkins. You're looking at Joey Sly.
Oh, Joey Sly.
Joey
All right.
Sly.
We'll get a Sly field goal. About 2 minutes left to go in the game. Justin Fields tries to come back. Then he'll get hit about 3 times in the backfield. Get sacked. I'd say 17-14 Washington.
Okay. I really hope it's a little bit higher of a scoring game than last week, at least because that last week's game, we can't stress it enough. It was the worst game I've ever watched.
We can't get much worse than last week.
Let's hope. Knock on wood, and thankfully we don't have any dogs around to bark.
At least it's not Denver. At least it's not Denver because Denver in prime time is just bad.
Yeah, and we get to see him 5 times this year. Terrible.
We've gone through 3 already, haven't we?
Yep, we have.
We're halfway through.
Yeah, I think we get. Was it Monday Night Football they're on maybe, or is it? It could just be Sunday Night Football. I don't know exactly.
Oh, they're gonna not put them on Sunday Night Football. That'll be the time when they're gonna start flexing some games.
But yeah, and then going over to a game that I'm not really probably gonna watch, but it's a thing that's going on, and they're gonna be wearing new helmets. North Carolina Tar Heels. Oh yeah, you love it whenever they have some cool new gear because their colorway is just very, very appealing to the eye. Well, they're whipping out new helmets, and they've got the big foot on them. Okay, of course they got the big foot on them. That's like the only time they ever do an alternate helmet. They put a big old foot on it, whether it's matte blue, just straight up silver chrome, or like they're doing against the Duke Blue Devils, chrome, but a little hint of baby blue to it. Very, very appealing, I have to say. And then the face masks are just silver chrome. And I love them, guys. I love them. I really like whenever these teams, switch up their uniforms and their helmets and stuff. And North Carolina is one of the teams that does it the best. Okay, whether or not they're going to be good or not, because they're a decent team this year. Okay, and they're going against Duke. And I don't think I've watched a snap by Duke this season. Bandy, have you?
By Duke? Can't say that I have.
They're a basketball school. I know that's a Kentucky thing, but no, I see him as a basketball school, at least in my opinion. But yeah, I really like the helmets. I don't know what the rest of the uniform will actually look like. I don't know if we've gotten any information on that, but either way, it should look just as cool because you gotta wear some nice uniforms if you're wearing nice helmets. That's the Oregon way to put it, because they do it as almost the best. But those bird poop uniforms that they're gonna wear, oof, gross.
You mean the cookies and cream?
The cookies and cream. No, it looks like a freaking duck just took a dump on a.
Might have been that same
window.
goose from the Dodgers game.
Yeah, it could have been.
Oh yeah, the goose at the Dodger game.
Late night. Oh, we talked about that earlier while you were out. It was pretty funny. We were talking about that.
I found it hilarious though that they played with the goose on the field.
Did they end up playing some actual baseball with that thing on the field?
From what I remember, yeah.
Well, they ended up throwing in a trash can, from what I remember. But I don't know. It could have been a little bit later on. And then I'm going to move over now to my little bit of play-by-play in the cool segment. But Need for Speed Unbound is looking to be one of the more interesting games in the history of the franchise of Need for Speed. But, not only is EA giving us a stylish, unique version of Need for Speed with fully customizable car effects that look really cool, but we will also be getting a large number of cars dropping with the game this year. I'm very excited for a lot of cars because, I like to play as a lot of cars. And, there have been some car dealerships, Toyota, that have kind of just, snuffed us in past years. So we haven't got to see a lot of their vehicles in past games. But this year, I believe we have all those cars, all the Toyota cars that we want, at least, the Supra, the new Supra, hopefully the old Supra, maybe the 8.6, I don't know, maybe the old 8.6, that would be sweet. Need for Speed, I think, has at least gotten a modded in, but the 8.6 has been in some of the past games. I'll read off a little bit of a list in a second, but NFS Unbound will be dropping with 143 unique cars, making this the largest library of drivable vehicles in Need for Speed history at launch. Okay? Last year's title, Need for Speed Heat, finished off its run with a mere 134 cars after all the DLC was said and done. So you can see why this is a pretty big deal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, still though, 143 cars in a world like this, there's so many cars. So, I mean, what are they missing? What are they going to be missing out on? But I don't know. Now, we will know, again, not a huge number compared to Gran Turismo and games like Forza that are dropping with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cars. But for more arcade style of racing, the 143 car library is very welcome. Okay, it's a welcome upgrade to what they've been doing before. And it's always cool because it's more of an exclusive game, and you see that they're having more an exclusive library of cars. So you only get the cool cars that Need for Speed. It's speed, guys. It's speed. Let's be honest, okay? Nobody really drives half the cars in these other games anyway, okay? I will say that. I surely don't. I play a lot of Forza, okay? I mean, what Need for Speed does is give the people the cars that everybody would actually drive. And I'm saying this. No Forza. I don't want to drive around in a 1970 GMC Jimmy. You see what I'm saying?
You don't want the Jimmy?
I don't care about the Jimmy.
What's wrong with the Jimmy?
Because it's Need for Speed. Okay, not need for amphetamine, sulfate, okay, which is what I relate to GMC Jimmys, okay, speed, get it? See what I did there? Speed, Need for Speed. It's going fast. Did this go over everybody's heads? Come on, it's about going fast. It's about going fast. It's speed, guys. I'm not driving around in a GMC Jimmy.
Think fast, run fast.
I want to drive around in a bus.
Just
give me a bus.
Play Grand Theft Auto if you want to do that. But if you see what I'm saying, okay, the GMC Jimmy does not belong anywhere near a Need for Speed game, okay? Forza gives you an abundance of cars that you could just drive around for fun. Just like, I'm driving around this cool GMC Jimmy. I've just upgraded it so it looks a little bit cooler than it does, but it doesn't look cool because it's a GMC Jimmy, okay? You're not racing in a Jimmy, okay? You're going off-road maybe a little bit in a Jimmy. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know. The GMC Jimmy could be in this list of cars. Yeah, I do like rally racing, but that's not what this game is. This is Need for Speed, okay? Not Need for Dirt. Not Need for amphetamine. Which it's funny, guys. Come on, because you see a lot of drug dealers, driving these cars. Okay,
Drugs are bad.
If you are driving a GMC Jimmy, I don't say that you're a drug dealer, but I mean, from what I've seen, they've been broke down, and usually a drug dealer or a drug addict is probably driving around now. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, okay. But yeah, we'll get to see a lot of Fords, a lot of Ferraris. I'm excited for that. I'm looking through the list right now. We get to see the Honda NSX Type R 1992 edition, which is a very stellar little car. More expensive than the new version of it, which, Acura's putting out and stuff. We get some Lotus vehicles. We get some Land Rovers, which kind of, that takes all the GMC Jimmys that we don't need in the game. We got the freaking Land Rover, okay? And then we got some McLarens, a lot of Mercedes-Benz. Mini Cooper, just one Mini Cooper right off the bat. And also one Mercedes, Mercury Cougar. Sorry, I almost said one Mercedes-Benz, but no, we already went over those. Mitsubishi, Nissan. Let's see what the Nissans they got. A lot of Skylines, some Fair Ladies, a few. Okay, not a bad list. I'm gonna say it literally is all the cars that the people would want to drive. A bunch of Porsches, some Supras, and I do see the Supra BRZ Premium, which I love the BRZ. It's the same as the AE86 or the GT86. Sorry. And yeah. So even if Toyota doesn't put in, I actually didn't see Toyota might not be on this list.
Oh.
Let me see. Toyota's not on this list. Oops. Well, you might not get a Supra after all, everybody. Yeah. Either way, you get a bunch of other cars, and if you want to drive a Toyota, just drive the Subaru BRZ because that's the closest thing you'll get to it. And again, on this Captain Cool, Thursday edition, you also get to listen to your Apple Music on the Xbox now. Woo! So you don't have to use your Spotify account. You don't have to use that. If you have an Apple iPhone and you use Apple Music for whatever reason, you can use it on the Xbox. And it's just another way and another reason why Xbox is amazing. Okay, even though Apple Music do be on the PlayStation already, but that's besides the fact. Now, guys, are you excited for Apple Music on the Xbox?
What? I'll give it a shot.
You give it a shot. Do you even have an Apple Music account?
I do not.
You don't?
I was thinking about it, though.
You just might try it, though.
I was thinking about it.
Don't you have YouTube Premium?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I mean, it is a smart choice. YouTube Premium.
I believe you could get 3 months of YouTube for YouTube Premium for free through Game Pass.
Really?
I believe that's one of the benefits.
Danny, don't be missing out, man. Get this benefit right here. I might actually do it. See how it is.
I know you get a free month of Hulu.
Yeah, yeah. I remember whenever I first hung out with Bandy, he was playing. This is funny because I never told you this. He played YouTube Premium, and I was like, this man's got YouTube Premium. I was like, I've never hung out with somebody who actually owns this. And I was like, I wonder if this is actually like a good service to go after. And I'm thinking, because I used to use something like it. I dabbled in the YouTube music app on my phone once, but other than that, like I've never really looked too much into it. But I guess it's a pretty good deal. I mean, with Apple's new updates, you can really watch a lot of the videos outside of the app, so that's also a really cool thing. But kind of takes away from YouTube Premium. But maybe I'm just in the wrong, and Bandy just knows something that a lot of people don't.
Hey, I mean, right now I'm going through the perks on Game Pass. I'm not seeing YouTube Premium.
Dang.
I am seeing, though, I get a free movie rental for Spiral.
What the hell's Spiral?
From
the movie. Oh,
yeah.
The movie.
A free movie rental.
Huh. Well, there you go. You get forced to. Well, you don't get forced to it. You get the option to watch a movie that you might want to watch. Just go watch the Jigsaw movies.
3 free months of Discord Nitro.
What does that do?
I have no clue.
There are so many subscription services nowadays.
Discord Nitro, I believe, links your Xbox account so you could be able to actually put your Twitch streams or any other streams onto a Discord.
Huh. That's interesting.
I know Twitter has a subscription thing too.
You guys are adding a lot of cool things to this.
Twitter Blue.
Twitter Blue. What does that do?
You can undo tweets.
Can you edit tweets now with that?
Oh, I saw you. Schefter actually edited one of his tweets.
Does it say edited?
It did say edited.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now you can go back and do that.
I know what this does. As soon as you hit send on a tweet, there's like a little timer that will allow you to undo it before it goes live in case you say anything you didn't want to.
Well, that's stupid. Just delete it either way. I mean, the editing thing, so you can go back and edit whenever you want, though.
Yep, top articles, ad-free articles, reader, bookmark folder, custom navigation, app theme, app icons. Yeah, you can upload 1080p videos.
Wow.
Neat.
You know what? The one thing that would probably push people to buying Twitter Blue is probably like you buy Twitter Blue, you get a little check mark next to your name. Even though you're not official, still check mark next to your name. Who cares? We're giving it to everybody now who buys it.
Oh, you get a Multiverses MVP pack with Game Pass right now.
Ooh.
Mr. Multiverse is over here. I had no idea, probably.
I didn't know about that either.
Oh, no, I see why I skipped on it, because it's for a character I do not play.
Who's it?
Do not play.
Who's it for?
I do not play Rain Dog.
Oh, nobody plays Rain Dog. That's terrible.
It's a cute outfit, but I don't play Rain Dog.
That's terrible.
You can also get a Need for Speed Heat Deluxe Upgrade Edition perk through Game Pass.
Ah, wow. So I could play with all 130-something cars.
Get a Deathloop Dress to Kill bundle.
Cool. Haven't played Deathloop yet. Smokey's over there just looking through them all. He's like, what should I do, actually? Some of these are actually pretty cool.
You know, there's some, specific game-wise, there have been ones that have been real good, like packs for the show. Like you get a summer pack or 10-pack bundle for the show. So
that's pretty cool. I know with Halo Infinite, they've been doing some XP, and you get some green guns and maybe a green like Warthog or something, but nothing really too enticing. I just do it so I can get the XP and the skips, because I don't like all those challenges. But before we continue on with all this talk, I want to ask you guys, do you have any cool stories, and do you want to put them in the little pool that is the cool suggestion box?
Scorn.
Scorn.
You and your Scorn.
More video games. Scorn. That game is going to be pretty cool, I will say. But we've talked enough probably about it today.
But you know what also comes out tomorrow?
What?
Dragon Ball The Breakers.
Oh, it does. I remember talking about that a while ago.
That Dead by Daylight game?
Yeah. How much is it?
$20.
$20? That's a good price for a game like that. That's what I want to see more of, guys.
It's not a bad price at all, and honestly, I might pick it up. I played the beta a little bit with my friend, and I was enjoying it a little bit. Can be, it feels disrespectful as anything when you're just getting comboed to death as an Earthling.
Yeah,
but,
probably. You know.
Oh well, it still seems fun.
Would you say that the Earthlings are underpowered or overpowered?
I don't know. I didn't play the game enough to give a good thing on that.
I didn't know if it was gonna be like if you've ever played Overwatch's Christmas like special thing where there's 6 Mays, and they go and they find a Winston who is dressed as the Abominable Snowman. That's his skin, and you go and you have to hunt him. You have to kill him.
Ooh.
And let me tell you, if you're Winston, dude, it is almost impossible to win. But that's just me. That's just me. I always get destroyed. That's how I feel like that Breakers game is kind of going to be like. So I didn't know if it'll get old quick or not. But, Smokey, you think it's time we go over to the DF3, because you know what? You have a little bit more time.
Well, I have something cool real quick, though.
Well, do you want to do that, or you want to do that list you were talking about yesterday, that Halloween type
spooky list?
Yeah.
Well, we still got time for spooky list.
Yeah, we got Friday tomorrow.
Like, we're not even at halfway point of the October.
I know, either way, you brought it up yesterday, but what's cool with you?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to give any spoilers out. But I did catch She-Hulk already, the season finale, and there are some extremely interesting developments that have happened in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and a movie has been pretty much confirmed.
Oh,
a big one.
Wow,
one that we thought might happen after, say, Age of Ultron, but did not happen.
Now I am very much intrigued. I'm gonna guess. No, I'm not gonna guess.
No. I'm
not gonna guess.
But I'm gonna give a not cool thing. And for these people that put out spoilers all over the place, thank you for ruining the end credit scene for Black Adam for me. Much appreciated.
Sheesh. I don't have to deal with that ever. I feel like spoilers just don't exist for me anymore. Don't be posting anything on Twitter now to spoil for me.
I am not doing no posting, nothing on anything like that. But I will say, what I was spoiled with Black Adam, yeah, I even told the wife, because the wife really not like she's really locked in on the one particular person for the DC universe, and yes, that particular one person showed back up.
Oh,
so
well, I also want to say that the Tom He's not interested in a lot of superhero movies, but he said probably because The Rock, and he might have a rock for
The Rock is The Rock.
Yeah, he loves The Rock.
The
though.
Dwayne, as I like to call him.
He watched Fast and the Furious just because of him, and now I feel like the only reason that he wants to watch this superhero movie, that he hates superhero movies so much, he told me yesterday, he's like, I just can't get into all these Marvel movies. I'm like, it's DC. And he's like, rabble. But no,
exactly.
He's
That's
gonna watch
Tom.
it. So, if you want to, you could probably spoil it for him and get a smile on your face.
Well, I mean, I could just do a spoil that is already happening. Now, we know that this particular thing was supposed to happen 2 years ago, but COVID completely ruined it.
Oh.
I actually showed a video to you two through our little chat that we've got going on that has planted the seed for this particular thing happening.
Yeah.
And that is The Rock being at WrestleMania this year.
Oh, yeah. Not too much of a spoiler for me, but I'm just pumped for it, actually.
Well, it was supposed to be 2 years ago that it was supposed to happen, but now COVID and all that wonderful BS happened, and then all of a sudden, now we're back resetting, and everything is going to be all good in the world to find out who the true head of the table is. But anyway, take a quick commercial break. When we get back, DF3 time. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz.
The Blitz has been called.
Do you have discomfort in your legs? Varicose veins can affect not only how your legs look, but how they feel. Symptoms of varicose veins include pain, swelling, aching, heaviness, and fatigue. Dr. Tracy Lowry of Best Vein Care of Huntsville can diagnose and treat your varicose veins with the latest minimally invasive techniques. Diagnosis and treatment is covered by most insurances. Call 256-715-7151 to schedule your free screening. Go to bestveincarehuntsville.com.
At Bryant Bank, we believe your goals are worth chasing, and every step along the way is worth celebrating. From your hopes for the future to the challenges that keep you up at night, we're here for you. Bryant Bankers put care into action to help you live legendary by stepping up when you need us most and doing what's right, even when no one is watching. Come experience a local bank whose people greet you by name and treat you like family. Bryant Bank, member FDIC.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatedwitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
You want the right specialist for your recovery. At SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center, we understand every body is different. Your muscles and bones are unique, as is your body. Our SportsMed specialists offer innovative treatments and minimally invasive procedures, allowing you to quickly return to the life you love. Locations in Huntsville, Madison, Athens, and Decatur, and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Improving performance, improving lives.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I opened a 401k.
So you're giving up? Just like that?
Giving up on what?
On getting an inheritance from a distant relative.
Don't you think if there were a billionaire in the family, we'd know about it by now?
Listen to me. We are one phone call away from riding horses on our own private polo grounds. One call from christening yachts, having a butler, using summer as a verb.
How do you figure?
Look, everyone's got a rich uncle somewhere. It's statistics. So the best thing you can do is just prepare for the inevitable.
Right, which is why I thought maybe it would be smart to take control of my finances. You know, start using a budget, get out of debt, set some retirement goals.
Budgets? Debt? You watch your mouth. Retirement shouldn't be a goal for us. It should be a way of life.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
You're in love.
And welcome back into the Afternoon Blitz final segment. Oh, boy, I'm starting to feel stiff. That is not good.
Oh, no.
No.
Don't feel stiff in the studio.
Old man right here. God bless. My age is getting to me.
Hey, I'm good at massaging. Like, if you
I
pay
don't
me.
need you. I know plenty of others.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
I wasn't going to pursue that any longer, so just continue.
Anyway. Wait, I have a family member named Dwayne Johnson? What the hell?
Do you?
Nice.
What the hell's going on here? But, yeah, it's not the Dwayne. So, anyway, let's just get right into this because I don't know how to set this up. Oh, wait, I might do that.
The DF3.
There we go. There we go.
Perfect.
Anyway, the DF3, obviously, with NFL on the television tonight, it's going to be an NFL DF3, and oh, my God. Bears and Commanders. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is an MMA fight. Not really. This is going to be more like two toddlers going at it in a pillow fight or something like that. I mean, oh, this is ugly.
What are you talking about? It's prime time. It's got to be good.
So, when you got games like this with teams that are this bad, it's very difficult to try and figure out exactly where you want to go with this. So, you got to work around your salary crap, and your salary salary.
Your salary crap.
Yeah, salary crap. God, this feels like a salary crap right now with the way some of these people are. So, it's hard trying to figure out where you want to go with your multiplier. And that's the main thing you need to start out with because you want to be able to have enough good money in your cap and you don't want to waste it all. Your top money guy is Carson Wentz. Do you think I want to play Carson Wentz as like an extra $5,000?
If you got the money.
All right, the cap is $50,000. He's at 10.6. And so if you add the 1.5 to it, he's sitting at almost $16,000.
Mm-hmm.
Would you spend that money on Carson Wentz?
No.
No.
Probably not.
Justin Fields is $2,000 cheaper. I picked him.
Ooh.
Just because he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
And I don't see anybody else on the Bears doing much. And he's going to be running for his life. He's going to be getting rushing yards. So that is a bonus. At least he is a mobile quarterback. Then I picked up Carson Wentz. Just because I don't know what it is at running back. I don't know how much of B-Rob we're going to be getting or how much of Antonio Gibson we get. That's also the same thing with David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert. So I'm just going to go wide receiver, and I don't feel like going with Terry McLaughlin because he's going to be covered pretty well. So I'm going Curtis Samuel. Darnell Mooney hadn't done anything. Darnell Mooney needs to be in for a game. Due for a game. I feel Darnell Mooney is going to be in there, so I've got him. Last but not least, this is the play. Defense, defense, defense. Both defenses are in there. We're starting out with 20 points.
Sheesh.
I'm going to be looking at it, I'll be winning like $6 going out at the beginning of it because it's already 20 points. I'd be like, all right, well, it's all downhill from here. Generally, that's the part.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of turnovers. And also you get points for sacks. That's going to be a bonus. Go with that. Anyway, music is done. I am done.
We'll come back at it. We'll come back at it tomorrow. It's going to be a fun Friday. We're going to have a great time.
Yes, we are. Sure. You're listening to the Afternoon Blitz. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. Still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job.
One of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and